Okay, ready? All right. Take 27. Here we go. So again, today we did the two-part class. The first part was on the technical parts for leader and follower. The second one was on the sacadas. So with the first part, we focused on the follower's technique, which was with the rotation in the hip when we're doing the forward ochos. So remember, we connect from here, we rotate from here, and our center of gravity is here. That's why when we're moving, we want to move from kind of our waist area. So when we're going as followers with the ochos, we want to stay maintained with our leader, but we want to allow the hip to rotate. And we achieve that by creating torsion in the hip and unwinding. We let the hip go, let it go, let it go. Here, rotate and unwind. So that we're using the torsion here, there. Remember, we are rotating through the step, not at the end of it. Okay, we're forgetting this. We don't want to do this anymore. We learned this to forget it. What we do is we step and rotate through the step. Step, rotate through the step. Notice if I go kind of seamlessly, it looks like a seamless snaking action. That's what we want to achieve, okay? So for the leaders, remember we focused on those two different embraces. So there's 3 embraces when we were thinking of close embrace. We have position 1, position 2, and position 3, where position 1 is completely closed. Position 2, we slightly open from the elbow, and position 3, we kind of slide open. Each of them serves a different purpose. We were only focusing on positions 1 and 2. Position 1, keeping it close. Position 2, slightly opening here. And we do this to create room for the follower to do her forward ocho. And then we just do this a few times. Do this a few times. And then from here, we close the embrace and we go. The part that I can't stress enough on here, notice that when I do this step, I do not move the hand. I do not move the hand. The hand is here. When I open, the hand is still there. I do not move the hand. When I do the ochos, the hand is still there. It's just enough room for her to rotate in the embrace, but not so much that I need to open. Because when I close the embrace, it's shut. I don't need to move my hand. So we give this illusion that we're always like really tight up against each other because the hand never moves. But we do open. Okay, so that was the first part. The second part was on that sacada. So I like to call it a bump sacada because that's exactly what it is. It's bumping the leg of the follower. Walk, 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 and sacada. You see that? So it's a sacada on step, on passing. So we're just walking and a little step. So the key here is when I do the sacada as a leader, I need to go through with the step, and then after I go through with the step, I'm just going to come back behind a little bit. Notice how the knee articulates outward, and then I step behind her foot. So it's kind of like I'm hooking behind her leg. And that is what's going to dislodge her leg. It's that little action. Here, this, and shift my weight into it. It's not forceful. I'm not banging her leg out. I'm not pushing her leg out. I'm just changing my weight, and it's like a wedge, and it's just boom, it just nice and gently bounces her leg out. So as I walk, 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 and in this step, go slightly past, and then like that, very gentle. And I should be able to do this on walk. We're walking, and then here, and I continue walking. Nothing changes. Here, up, up. If I want her to hook behind, I just stick my ground and pull her back into a little hook behind. And that's it. For the followers, just to be clear, remember, when the leader bumps your leg, let it release, let it flow. Don't try to control this, but be in control. What's the difference? Allow the leg to naturally express the sacada, but be mindful, on the crowded dance floor, a flowy leg might not be smart. So you may need to override your own hardware and pull your leg back in for the safety of all others. So allow it to go out, but be mindful of what's going on around you. And it's also nice to make sure that you let it flow because the leader might want to combine this with something else, like I showed you. Sometimes when I do this step, I'll do this, and then I'll turn it into a poveo. And if your leg's not flowing, it's just not going to work as well. Okay? So we'll just leave it at that. Thank you guys.
Thank you.